I'd come back from Brazil, and I was one of the guys running JP Morgan's equities desk, and Peter called me up and I said, are you working tomorrow? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, so just I can't tell you what, but just be around the desk tomorrow morning.
The traders below were just becoming rabid. I had no idea that I was headed down this path. The fall of 1985, I watch on television with a secret boyfriend at the time by my side, the very first TV movie on HIV/AIDS called An Early Frost.
Okay.
And I had a bad cold, and my boyfriend ribbed me and said, "You sound just like him." I said, okay, I'll go to the doctor. And I discovered I was HIV positive.
Jes, this came as a total surprise to you, I assume.
Well, the HIV diagnosis for sure came as a total surprise. And then Peter also, when he and I talked, did say that he thought I was the most homophobic person in the family. I think in part it was because we were both on Wall Street, and Wall Street at that time, the one minority group that was free game for everybody was the homosexual community. But then it was a great opportunity for me to try to make up for the homophobia that he saw in me, to try to embrace what Peter was up against.
So when you told Jes, were you planning on coming out at work?
The bank wasn't ready.
Okay.
It would have been explosive, and I could have easily, I may have lost my job.
So how did you end up coming out then?
My immune system forced the issue.
You walked into your boss's office and
told
what
him
happened?
Told him everything. And you can tell the whole bond desk the next morning. But I'm a full-time AIDS activist starting tomorrow.
We've actually been to Wall Street 3 times now, and it's largely been the issue of how pharmaceutical companies have been profiteering off of the AIDS crisis. And obviously, we've pointed out that the largest criminal in that respect has been Burroughs Wellcome.
That's when Peter got himself and 3 other friends into the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, and the first time in the history of the New York Stock Exchange shut it down as a protest to Burroughs Wellcome and the price of AZT. And I remember I was on the desk, and they suspended trading in the New York Stock and said, "That's my brother doing that."
So this worked. Wellcome stock dropped, and then what? Within days, Wellcome dropped the price of AZT.
Yeah, the stock price didn't move much, but they dropped the price of the drug 20% 3 days later.
So I want to stay on that, because that was an historic moment in the movement. So you were on the balcony of the exchange.
I remember well when we were standing on the balcony and with the foghorns out, and the traders were throwing stuff at us and yelling faggot and all sorts of stuff. I was just smiling, because every time I heard that during my 5 years on the trading floor when I had to stew about it, this time I knew it didn't matter, and that we would be on the cover of the Wall Street Journal the next morning, and they were pawns in our action.